Today I want to talk about a time that I was actually genuinely scared for my life, and it's probably the only time I would say in my entire 23 years of being here that I've had a fear like this, like I felt in this moment of when it happened to me. Also, if you can hear my fan in the background, don't complain. My room is about 30 degrees. Any American watching this, the UK summer heat just hits so different. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I've been in a sweatbox for ages. I actually hate the summer. I've been getting shafted with hay fever, shafted with heat. I just want it to end. So please, don't complain. Anyways, also, I noticed no one can hack the retention, so I'm still going to stick at it. I'm editing these videos, fuck all. I'm just playing a bit of Minecraft and telling some stories. And for those of you that like it. I love it. I love the fact we're getting a bit of a community. And for those of you that don't, I'll just click off now because there's going to be no editing. I'm just going to chill and talk. So yeah, anyways, I've completely gone off topic there. I want to talk more about the story of when I actually feared for my life. So this happened about, so it's 2023. It was just after the first ever COVID. No, sorry, not just after. It was, right, so obviously we had COVID lockdown in March of 2020. So this was about December 2020. All right. I've been out with a friend, just chilling. We were just maybe smoking some cigarettes, just chilling about, like, basically because there was nothing open, like none of the pubs and stuff were still open. We were just driving around smoking some cigarettes, having a chat, a bit of a catch up. I don't think I'd seen them in a very long time. So we're doing this and we're like, oh, you know what, we'll go to the big Tesco. Now the big Tesco where I am is in a town that's quite rough. I won't name it, I don't really want to bait out where I live, but it's in a town nearby me, and this town's quite rough. Like, I'm not saying, oh my god, like, there are definitely way rougher places in the UK, let alone the world, than this place, but from where I live, it's known as a predominantly rough area, like not the nicest place to live, but that's where the big Tesco is, and it's got everything. And I don't know about you guys, but there's actually nothing better than going to a big Tesco. Like, I imagine it's what your big Walmarts are like over in the States or whatever. You know, they've just got everything and you can just browse them for hours. Anyways, we're going over to this big Tesco and we get to the car park. And then this was at the time when you had to have stupid COVID masks. So, sorry, not stupid. COVID masks were great, but they were stupid because I didn't have a mask, so I wasn't allowed in the store. If that rule wasn't there, none of this story ever happens. And it actually, I'll explain, it has an even crazier ending because of this story is actually the reason I'm with my girlfriend today, and we've been together 3.5 years because of this story. So it does have a silver lining. But anyways, I didn't have a COVID mask, so I've just been like to my mate, alright, can you go in, can you just get us a pack of Skittles, and I love a big 2-litre bottle of water, it's just my thing. So I was like, can you get us a packet of Skittles and a big 2-litre bottle of water? They're like, yeah, fine, whatever. So they've gone ahead into the store, and I've just waited in my car because I don't have a COVID mask. And as I'm waiting in my car, this car has pulled up to the right of me, and I look in the car, and you know, like when someone's got that same car, like one of your mates has that make of car, so obviously it's one of my best mates had that make of car, so I'm like thinking, oh shit, is it them? So I'm staring in the window of the car, and I like make eye contact with the driver of that car. I don't really think much else of it other than, oh, it's not him, I'll just look back on TikTok on my phone. Anyways, a few minutes pass and I'm just still waiting in my car for them to come out. But whoever his mates who were in the other car have obviously finished before my mates. So 3 of them are walking out of the store. Now, I'm not really paying much attention to any of this. I'm just scrolling on my phone, just kind of looking around. And then as I'm just scrolling on my phone, I hear someone start shouting, yo, what's this pussy all looking at? And me being me, I don't even think it's got anything to do with me. I'm like, I'm just sat in my car looking at TikTok. Like, this will have nothing to do with me. And I can keep hearing them shout like, yo, what? So what has happened is, the guy who was sat in the car has told all of his mates that I was staring him down. So I'll get into a bit more. But he's told them that, and they're actually shouting, oi, what's this pussy all looking at, to me, as I'm just sat in my car. Like, I've given this bloke a quick glance a bit before. But I still don't really think anything much of it, because I'm like, at this point, I still don't think it could be anything to do with me. And it wasn't until I felt like this presence of people at my car door. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I look and I'm like, oh shit. They're all just stood there, 4 of them, wearing balaclavas and like looking ready to seriously do some damage at my door. I still at this point think nothing's going to happen of this. So the most stupid thing I did, which I never ever should have done, is roll down the window to communicate with them. And I roll down the window and they just say to me, they're like, bear in mind, this much just locked the car, but they say to me, they're like, yo, what the fuck you looking at? I'm sat on TikTok at this point, so I just went, TikTok? And then, the next thing I know, this fucking fist just came through the window and just twatted me in the face. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it's completely taken me out as surprise. And then what they've done is they've opened up my car door. And I still have my fucking seatbelt on, so I can't even do anything or like react to help this situation, like try to defend myself. I am literally stuck, trapped in my car seat. I'm trying to get the key in the ignition, cannot do it, as they're just literally punching the fuck out of me. And there was this one point I vividly remember where I looked over and I was like, I could just grab the car door now, and if I slam it, I'm going to break one of their arms or something, and I'll actually be able to help myself. But as I look over to do that, there was the one bloke stood in the background, and he had his hands just down his trousers, like holding an object. Now, I'm not saying he had a knife, but I think he had a knife. And the thing is over in the UK right now, the knife crime is just fucking ridiculous. Like, everyone thinks there's some fucking tough man because they can carry around a knife and they'll stab someone. And the worst part is these brainless, dead fucking idiots actually stab people. And it's a big problem in the UK. So I'm just there like, fuck this shit, I'm not going to risk it. Like, to be honest, by this point, I've kind of got myself in the fetal position and I've got my head over on the passenger seat. So all they're actually really doing is punching the fuck out of my ass, which didn't hurt too badly. A couple rib shots, but they weren't getting my head or anything like that, and I could take it. But I came up with this plan. I'm saying this story now and it actually sounds like such bullshit. Like, people go, nah, this never happened. This is actually genuinely happened. One day I'll get the friend on that came back, the one that was in the shop, and they'll confirm it. But this actually happened. Anyway, sorry. So I had my head like over on the car seat, and I was like, these guys just clearly want to think they're some big fucking tough men. So I was like, what I'll do is I'll fucking squeal like I'm in loads of pain, so that they get like that fucking kick of like, yeah, we've really fucked him up. So anyways, I just start screaming, going, ah, fuck, stop. And like, I swear to God, like, if this was recorded, you would think, oh my God, he's in so much agony, so much pain. I actually wasn't. They were just punching me in the side and like the arse, and because of the way I was sat and being in a car, they couldn't get a proper connection on. Like, bear in mind, I reckon if I was stood up and these guys had a full throw at my face, they would fuck me up. But when I was stood there and they're just punching me in the sides, I wasn't too bad. So I just start screaming like fuck, and I'm also screaming because I'm like, this will get attention of people around. Like, if I start screaming, I've got to say a big context of the story. This is at about like 11 p.m. at night. Like, it's not in the daytime. Like, the car park was fairly fucking empty when all this is happening. But they are literally just punching the fuck out of me. And anyways, after a while, I remember one guy just kind of stepped in the way, and this was the guy who I thought had the knife, which is hence the reason, like, they was looking at him knowing that if I do something now, he could fucking kill me at this point. That is the time I feared so much. But it was actually that guy that kind of stepped in the way when I was screaming so much, and he just put his arm in front of the other bloke and was like, yo, this dickhead's had enough, and then just spat on me. And the thing is, the punches I could take, when he fucking spat on me, that made me feel like a degraded human. And then anyways, they fucking jump in their car and just whiz off, and then fucking about 2 minutes later, my mate just comes out of the shop with the fucking Skittles and stuff. And I swear to God, I'm sat there, and I remember I was trying to drive off, and my legs are shaking so much from like the adrenaline and everything that had happened, that I couldn't get my car to start. Because over here we drive manual, like, I'm trying to pull the clutch up and my leg is just shaking so much I can't do it. And they've come over like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, no, look, I swear to God, you're not going to believe this. And then obviously I told them everything that had just happened there. But yeah, that was the time that I genuinely feared for my life. And if anyone else has gone through something like that, it's fucking horrible, and I hope none of you were scarred too much from it. Like, it doesn't really ever affect me these days, but all I know is I'm a lot more careful staring at people, because they can switch on you like that for just the simplest of things, which is so messed up in this world. But I guess it's just the one we live in.